What will separate the AI platforms that are earning long-term trust versus just the ones that are maybe moving fast? To break it all down, I'm joined by Brad Joudrie, CEO of Conquest Planning, to learn more. And yes, we are in New Orleans for this conversation. So Brad, thanks so much for joining me.
Appreciate the vignette. This is a really nice treat at 10 in the morning. I got a sugar load for the day.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you have to front load the day, right? You got to start strong. So we're going to start out with sugar straight to the brain.
Yes.
But I got a couple questions for you while we talk a little bit about AI. But before we even get into that, you are the newly minted CEO of Conquest Planning, and a couple months in now. What has that experience been like? What have you learned? And obviously, you're the former CRO, so you know the inner workings of Conquest. But talk to me about the journey a little bit.
Beignet done that, right? With the Conquest
Been yay
business?
done that.
Yeah. No, it's been a great transition. I've been really excited about the opportunity. I've been with the business obviously since about 2018. So we built a really great product. We've built a really great customer base. We've really built a really great team. And it was just, a great opportunity for me to take my next step into what we're trying to build and grow over here. There's been a lot of macroeconomic effects that have taken place over the last couple months. Yeah, since I joined the CEO, I didn't expect to, have to deal with so many macroeconomic effects, political, the software ending, like AI taking over fully. But it's been interesting. I would say that the one thing that we've been able to rest on is that we've built such a great team at Conquest. We have such a great group of people that they made the transition easy for me. If that's a thing, for me to do it and be in the business for 7 years, it's kind of hard to move a legend like Mark Evans out, and he's still with us. He's on his exec chair, but move a legend like that out and then take those big shoes and try to fill it. The team's given me the confidence and commitment and have supported me through the transition, which has made it really a positive thing for me.
Well, I would argue that Conquest is full of legends, so this absolutely makes sense.
Yeah, we have a few. We have a few industry vets, a few legends, but yeah, we've tried to. It was funny. One of our investors, the reason that she said ultimately that we got to the decision of yes, besides the quality of the business, was I'm allowed to swear on this podcast or no? Or in this?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But she has like a no asshole mentality.
I love that.
And so she's just like, I don't want to work with people that aren't great people. And so so that was really the kind of last tenet of why she made the yes decision.
Hey, I love that. I think everyone should adopt that mentality in their day-to-day personally. So we're going to take a hard pivot from that mentality. Talk a little bit about AI because, well, we have to. Obviously, there's a lot of noise right now and the space is flooded with announcements. So what do you think separates the platforms that will earn long-term trust versus those that are maybe just moving real fast and are shiny and new?
Yeah, I actually think it's great attention on the industry. I think it's with any sort of attention like this, it's great opportunity. I was at Future Proof actually earlier this week. Anthropic was on stage at Future Proof yesterday, and there was some announcement came out, and I think I'm not misquoting, but kind of paraphrasing to say that the last thing leaving this industry will actually be the people, the financial advisors. And so I think we have a great opportunity to leverage some amazing advancement in technology and try to drive more efficiency in the business. Where I'd caution people though is understanding the partners that they're dealing with, and not just forcing the shiny stuff into your business, but more so focusing on what are you trying to accomplish from a workflow perspective? How am I going to drive efficiency within my own business? And then how am I going to have that traceability, auditability, and trust in the actual machines that are helping you at the end of the day? And that's a big one for us being in financial advice. People need to know where the answers came from. The answers need to be repeatable. The engine needs to be deterministic. And frankly, when you deliver a financial plan as a financial professional or financial advisor, you need to be confident in the numbers and ultimately the strategies and plan you're trying to put in place for that end client.
Absolutely. And in a similar vein, too, there's this perception in the industry that compliance and speed are in tension, right? So, how do you respond to that? Because some folks will argue, yes, there's friction. Some will argue that it's actually a good thing.
Yeah, so I would say that there's both, right? It's important to have processes that are repeatable, that you can, paint with a compliance brush to basically make sure that, frankly, people aren't being mistreated in the process, but at the same time, you can't stop the business from being efficient. And what's amazing from my perspective is we've actually built this product for that reason from the get-go. So when we built Conquest, our sole purpose mission, we haven't changed it from day one, is to make financial advice more accessible. How have we done that? We removed the trial and the error from our process of building a financial plan through Sam being our strategic advice manager. Sam is auditable and traceable, but it doesn't lack or sacrifice the speed. You can use Sam in an auto fashion. When you get comfortable with the engine, simply press a button. It constructs the first pass of the financial plan for you. And then you can kind of go through and audit and change and make some adjustments as you feel fit. But all of those changes are auditable, traceable. Right down to the tax form level, you can actually see like the numbers behind the strategies that are being put in place. So we've built this business from day one to do that. Like, we're just excited about the next iteration of what that means. So how does Conquest become used more as a resource, as an engine? People at this conference are talking about building agents and using MCP servers and using generative capabilities to power these things. We've already proven that we can do all that. And we actually have an auditable, traceable engine that's just as fast as any AI or any other engine would build a financial plan that doesn't have the same level of quality that we do.
And even beyond AI, Conquest serves what now over 70% of advisors in Canada alone. So I have to ask, what's on the roadmap then, besides trying to figure out how to get AI to make beignets?
It would be a treat if we could, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, like, so we've won market dominance in Canada, and I think that's great. We're very proud of our Canadian roots as a business, and we've continued as I try to swallow this beignet.
It gets so dry.
It is. It was a great idea. We've basically built a very successful business. We have a bunch of very happy clients who have helped grow their own practices by using our service. Our first ever client, Investors Group, they press released this so I can share it on camera. In the first year of using us, Conquest as a service, they'd typically produce 60,000 financial plans a year to their end clients. They moved on to our service, and in year one, delivered 220,000 financial plans. Like, we're making meaningful impact, and that's great. What that means is we've actually proven out that we have a very viable and useful product as we expand into different geographies. If you've tracked us, I know you've tracked us, but we launched in the UK a couple years ago. We've seen some great growth over there. We launched in the US about over a year ago, but we are looking to get more aggressive in the US this year. It is a primary goal of this business is to continue to provide better opportunity for this market to know us, better market opportunity for this market to understand what the power of actually what we built, and frankly, a great piece of technology that can help their businesses, and in a very similar way. Because they're all, regardless of market, we've found everyone's trying to solve the same problem, right? How do I be more efficient in driving, a great quality business? How do I lead with advice-based conversations? All of these are consistent themes as we go around to really every geography. And we've built this product, ultimately to be a geo-agnostic, although it can get down to the intricacies of serving each geography from a taxation and product perspective.
All right. Well, thank you for getting under the hood a little bit there for me. I appreciate it, Brad. And for Wealth Management, I'm Shannon Rossick. Here's to a sugar rush.